Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan. If you're old here, I'm also Courtney Ryan. In this video, I'm going to be going over hairstyles that women love. I get so many requests for this topic, so I figured it was time to do it for you guys. So I didn't want this video to just be my opinion because I think this is very subjective. Everyone has different things that they like. Every woman is into different things. So instead of it just being my opinion, I did a poll, a question thing on my Instagram asking my lady followers to let me know what men's hairstyle was their favorite. So it was actually pretty funny because almost every single girl said this same exact thing. And while none of them knew like specific hairstyle names, they all described it in pretty much the same way. So I'm going to reveal some of the responses I got at the end of the video. So these are going to be 5 men's hairstyles that women love. I think these are top of the trending charts right now, the top of every woman's list for their man's haircut. These are going to be the ones that I think are just the most popular and the most loved by women right now. So things change, trends change. I think the last year in the pandemic, 2020, had a huge impact on men's hair. So these are going to be 5 hairstyles that women love. So before I get started, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. It helps me out, which in return will help you out, and I do appreciate it. So number 1, we have the modern pompadour. So very funny name. Like I said, I had no idea any specific names for hairstyles. There are so many. It's very confusing. I would not want to be a guy going to get his haircut. I know for women, we just kind of show a photo of what we want and hope that it turns out the way that we want it. So I had no idea there were so specific names for different hairstyles. So this one, the modern pompadour, it's versatile, it's sexy, a little bit shorter on the sides and longer on top. This one is often seen with a little bit of volume. I absolutely love it. It's very similar to what they call a quiff. I don't have both on this list because I think they are extremely similar, but really either one women love. Short on the sides, long on the top, a little bit of volume. So there's some variations that you can do for this one as well. So it can look a little bit more clean, controlled, and styled if you opt for blow drying it and then style it with some kind of hair product, or it can look a little bit more tousled and messy, which I personally love. I am loving the messy look lately. So really a bunch of different ways that you can style this one, but overall just short on the sides, a little bit longer on the top with some volume is chef's kiss. Number 2, we have a kind of curly and messy look. So like I said, I think 2020 had a huge impact on men's hairstyles, and this is one that I've seen become very popular in the last year and a half or so because of the fact that people couldn't get haircuts. People couldn't go to the salon because it was closed. So we all were kind of embracing our more natural look. Before that, everything was very structured and perfect. And I think through this past year, we've kind of realized that it's okay to embrace your natural look. If you have curls, let your curls be free. Embrace the way that you look naturally. So if you have curly or kind of more wavy, beachy hair, now is definitely your time to shine. I got a couple responses on Instagram from girls saying they love the more natural kind of beachy look, and I totally agree. While this one took a little bit longer for me to get on board with, I think this past year and seeing more people rock this trend and prove that it can look good really made me also like it as well. So really great option for all of you guys that have a little bit more of texture in your hair, maybe curly, maybe wavy. A tip I will say here is that if you have naturally curly or wavy hair, I think a lot of times our hair can get a little bit more frizzy. So just make sure you get a nice frizz control product, a nice styling product to make sure that your curls look nice and curly and not sticking out everywhere like a lion's mane and frizzy and crazy. Number 3, we have what we call the bro flow. So this one is just really effortless, very sexy, laid back, relaxed. I love this one. And I'm gonna be honest, this is another one that before this past year, I did not like. I always used to prefer kind of a more clean cut, controlled look, but I think this one can look really great, especially when a guy like slicks it back or has a little bit flowing off to the side. I automatically think of like Bradley Cooper or Alex Costa has been wearing his hair like this, and at first I was like, don't know how I feel about it, but the more I see it, the more I actually really like it, and I think it just looks great and can be kind of chic but also laid back at the same time depending on how you decide to style it. So like I said, this one is kind of rugged yet sophisticated at the same time. I don't know, I just love the vibes it gives off. I just really think this whole like relaxed kind of effortless look is a lot more popular now. I know a lot of girls will say they like a kind of bedhead, more messy look, and this one definitely can fall under that category, and I'm here for it. Number 4, we have a side part. This one is just classic, and almost every single girl that I asked on Instagram said that this was the look that they loved. I absolutely love this look. It can be styled so many different ways, which is what I love so much about it. And I think a lot of guys underestimate the power of product. So depending on what product you use, your hair can look drastically different from one day to the next, depending on the styling product that you use. And honestly, I think I'm gonna do an entire video about that because it would be too much for me to go in depth about this and that in this video. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, the side part can be styled so many different ways. You could go really short on the sides and longer on the top. You could go a little bit longer on the sides, like with a more scissor cut, and longer on the top. You really can make this look so different depending on the kind of style that you're going for. But regardless of what you do, a side part just looks great. And this one can work for guys that really don't have super thick, voluminous hair. This one is just a classic, and I think it will remain that way for the foreseeable future. Another thing to note here, if the side part and more of this like Ivy League hairstyle is a little bit too safe and boring for you, I know for a lot of you it will be, you could go for the hard part. Girls love this, and I think it's because it looks very clean and structured and can add just a little bit of dimension to the look, which I really like. So if the side part is a little bit too safe for you, like I said, you could just turn that side part into a more hard part. Number 5, we have a undercut. I love this one. It's bold, it's classic, very 1920s vibes, and I love it. And what I love so much about this one is that it can really be paired with so many different things. So a lot of guys wear these with a quiff, a pompadour, or something a little bit more textured and tousled on top, which I really love. I think that this one is another one that's really versatile. Depending on the product that you used, can really look so many different ways. This one really accentuates your bone structure and angles of your face. So if you're someone with an awesome jawline, this is the haircut for you. I think it's very masculine, bold, and just all around sexy. Okay, so now that we are at the end of the video, I'm going to reveal to you the biggest response that I got from the girls that follow me on Instagram. And almost every single one of them said, short on the sides, long on the top, a little bit messy. A lot of girls also said they like it a little bit more controlled and styled, but then you have like a couple pieces of hair hanging down in your face to give it that more like kind of relaxed and effortless look while still looking put together. So I was actually so surprised by the responses that I got. Almost every girl said the same exact thing to some extent. Nobody said buzz cut. I'm sorry for all you guys that are bald. The only people that said bald are the guys that are bald and sent it in. But I honestly think that bald can look great on a lot of guys. If you're someone that has thinning hair, it's better to shave your head than to be thinning and having a receding hairline. So personally, I think bald can look great. Actually, there's one girl, my best friend, her husband is bald, and she said bald. So I think it can look great. And you know what, guys, at the end of the day, you should be wearing your hair the way that you like your hair. Whatever makes you happy, however you like it, it is your hair after all, and you should be doing things to make you happy and to make yourself feel good, not for the approval of others. So if you have a hairstyle that's not on this list, don't worry. They just weren't the biggest submissions that I got in, which doesn't mean that they don't still look great. I'm sure all of you watching this look amazing as long as you're washing your hair and taking care of it. So keep that in mind. Healthy hair is the most important thing. Take care of it. Wash it, brush it, use a little bit of hair oil if you're rocking the kind of longer look to make sure that your ends look great. Just really take care of your hair. It's one of the first things that girls notice, or really anyone notices when they look at you. So make sure you're taking care of it. So guys, that is all I have for today. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I'm really active on there. I post a lot on my stories and I do a lot of Q&As. So it's just another great place to connect with me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.